I'm a 31-year-old man writing this from my living room on Christmas night. In a different version of today, I'd be at her parents' house, choking down dry turkey and pretending to enjoy her uncle's never-ending accordion set. Instead, I'm sitting here with a bottle of bourbon and 5 years' worth of social media updates to scrub. To understand why, you have to look at the history of our relationship. We've been together for 5 years. We met at a mutual friend's barbecue and clicked instantly. 18 months in, we moved in together. It was standard, happy stuff, except for her family. Her family is a small nation, 4 aunts, 3 uncles, and a literal army of cousins, all ruled by grandparents who never leave their recliners. For 5 years, I was the guest of honor at about 60 of their family functions. I did it all. Brought the wine, moved the furniture, and listened to the same high school football stories on a loop. I put in the work. But at every single event, someone would corner me and ask, "When are you going to make it official?" Her aunts were relentless. They'd trap me in the kitchen while I was trying to pour a drink and ask what was wrong with me or if I didn't love her enough. I'd usually just smile and give a vague answer about waiting for the right time. What I didn't tell them was that I had already asked 3 times. The first proposal was 2 years in. I saved for months for a ring and took her to her favorite restaurant. She cried, told me she loved me, but said she wasn't ready and needed time to grow. I was crushed, but I understood. The second time was her birthday a year later. I traded in the ring for an even better one, rented a cabin, and did the whole candlelit routine. Her response? "I love you, but we aren't there yet." 8 months ago, I tried a third time. No grand gesture, just a quiet moment on the sofa. She gave me the same "not yet" and begged me not to give up on us. Crucially, she made me promise not to tell her family about the rejections. She said it was embarrassing and they'd make it weird. So, like a fool, I kept her secret and let them treat me like a commitment phobe for years. Fast forward to Christmas Eve dinner. The house was packed with 23 people. I was in the kitchen when her 3 aunts literally blocked the exit. They went full Judge Judy on me. 5 years, the oldest said. She's been waiting so patiently. What is wrong with you? Normally, I would have joked my way out, but something broke. Maybe it was the wine, or maybe it was seeing my girlfriend laughing across the room while I took the heat for her choices once again. "That's a great question," I said, my voice perfectly calm. "I've actually proposed 3 times. She said no every single time." The silence that followed was heavy. I told them exactly when it happened, 2 years ago, her birthday, and last April. I explained that she'd asked me to lie for her to protect her image while letting them treat me like garbage for years. By then, the music had stopped and the whole room was listening. My girlfriend appeared, looking pale. She tried to claim I was exaggerating, but I told her I had the ring receipts and the texts from the nights she rejected me. Her mother was horrified that her daughter had let them blame me for 5 years. I didn't wait around for the rest. When her father asked why everyone was staring at me, I simply said, "Ex-boyfriend," and grabbed my coat. She followed me out, sobbing that I shouldn't have done that in front of people. I told her that since she'd let them humiliate me for years, it was only fair to set the record straight. I walked out, drove home, and started my new life. Update 1. The fallout. The morning after was a mess of 32 missed texts. Her family was split. Her dad was surprisingly chill and said I understood my frustration, but her mom started a group chat to demand I apologize for embarrassing her daughter. I told them I'd handled it privately for 3 years and I was done being the villain. Then the flying monkeys started. Her best friend and cousins messaged me saying she was spiraling and not eating. Her brother even tried to tell me her side, that I had ambushed her and pressured her for years. I told him to look at her texts where she begged me not to leave after rejecting me, and he went silent. The peak entitlement came when she showed up at my apartment. I kept the chain on the door. She claimed she was just scared of marriage because of her parents' bad relationship. I asked her why she let me propose 3 times knowing she'd say no. Her logic, she thought if I kept trying, eventually she'd be ready. It was genuinely delusional. I told her the maybe era was over. Update 2. financial war, and New Year's irony. A week later, I found out from a friend that she had actually planned to propose to me on New Year's Eve. The irony is staggering. After 3 rejections, she thought a public stunt would fix everything. The apartment situation turned ugly. I offered to buy out my half of the lease, but she refused to sign, trying to force me to stay or suffer financially. She even showed up at my office and made such a scene that security had to escort her out. My boss was concerned, and my job was suddenly on the line because she couldn't respect a boundary. Then she sent me a spreadsheet demanding $3,200 for things like a couch I paid for and cookware that was a gift to both of us. I told her she could keep the furniture if she left me alone. It became clear this wasn't about love, it was about her being angry that I finally stopped playing by her rules. Final update. Closure. The landlord eventually gave us an ultimatum: sign the papers or face eviction. She signed, but only after sending a 3-page email detailing how I'd stolen her future. There was zero accountability for her own actions. Interestingly, the family pressure stopped after her grandmother found out the truth. Apparently, Grandma told the whole clan, "The boy asked 3 times, she said no, stop embarrassing yourselves." I've moved into a small 1-bedroom. It's quiet, and there are no ghosts of failed proposals. I'm down about $4,800 after the move and lease break, which stings, but the peace of mind is worth more. My therapist told me something that changed my perspective. You spent 5 years waiting for her to choose you, while she actively chose uncertainty. That's self-abandonment. I'm not angry anymore. She was scared, and she handled it poorly. But fear doesn't justify keeping someone in limbo for half a decade. I'm starting the year fresh, no longer waiting for someone else to decide if I'm worth a yes.